Live on Instagram. We'll be live on Facebook. And we're going to make this thing happen. That's what we're going to do. You're good. You're good. So we are going live in just a few seconds. Hey, y'all. All right, all right. Welcome to Ahead of the Crypto Curve. We are getting started in just a few minutes, and I'm so excited about this. We are getting going. And you all can't hear the music, unfortunately, but it's saying it's Lauren Hill, I Get Out of all the boxes. So we just gonna go live this morning. Good afternoon, and welcome to Ahead of the Crypto Curve, where we are creating Satoshi millionaires, one family at a time, one day at a time, one Bitcoin at a time, one Satoshi at a time. And ladies and gentlemen, that means you. I am your host, Naja Roberts, and it is my mission in life to lead my people out of financial slavery. Today is January 3rd, 2022, and what a great day it is. So, I'm going to start this show today by saying Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I am also going to say Happy 14th birthday to Bitcoin because this is the 14th birthday of Bitcoin. And so we're going to lead in with that today because Bitcoin fans like myself all over the world are celebrating cryptocurrency's 14th year on this day, January the 3rd, with swarms of Bitcoin birthday posts on social media, and it's signaling the digital asset's resilience after a prolonged and continuous slump in value. And we're going to say it that way because that's what people feel. But we know Bitcoin is on sale. But with that, today is the day that the Genesis block actually started. And so, in my opinion, if I was going to give you the equivalence of a baby being born, because on October 31st, which is one of Bitcoin's other birthdays that they technically say is his birthday, but that was like a birth announcement that was stating that Bitcoin was about to be born. Well, Bitcoin was born on January the 3rd. It took its first breath, which we call the Genesis block. And it was a block that was mined on this day 14 years ago. And so the assets that are on the blockchain and the technology have a profound impact on the world, and it has actually survived multiple challenges in the past. So the adoption of Bitcoin continues to increase, and more companies and more countries are buying into the asset. The cryptocurrency community, we've all celebrated this occasion tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific. We are going to actually have a Bitcoin birthday party. And so you can watch us live just like you can watch us live right now. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we are on all social medias under Naja Roberts. So if you just go to Naja Roberts on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, you can see us live right now as we do Ahead of the Crypto Curve. And I'm so excited about everything that is going on in this space. Ladies and gentlemen, I ended the year saying that I was going to get my office complete just so we can make a splash into 2023. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what Ahead of the Crypto Curve is going to do on KBLA. And if you haven't already done so, please download the app. You can go to your app store and you can download KBLA. So that means no matter where you are in the world, you can listen to Ahead of the Crypto Curve between 1 and 7 Pacific, between 1 and 2 Pacific every single day. And I'm excited about that. And we've got some incredible things that are going to be coming your way for 2023. We've got guests that we're going to have on every single week. We have a new segment called Ask Naja Roberts. And so, for a few minutes on every show, we're going to be live talking to individuals that want to ask a question, or maybe you're at work and you can't ask the question. You can just send that email quickly through asknajaroberts@gmail.com, or you can log on to najaroberts.com and then put your question in there, and we can get that question answered live on the air. So let me just, in celebration of Bitcoin's birthday, there is a person, we don't know whether it's man, woman, or a group of people that call themselves Satoshi Nakamoto. And by the way, Satoshi Nakamoto has agreed to come and visit us this evening for our birthday party. Now, you know, it's not the real Satoshi Nakamoto, but we'll take what we get. But Satoshi Nakamoto is famed as the mysterious Bitcoin creator that mined this first block on January 3rd, 2009. And so Nakamoto actually received 50 Bitcoin as a reward for this first block because he was the only one mining Bitcoin. Now we know right now there's miners all over the world, and every single 10 minutes, miners are getting their rewards, but it's split up amongst those individuals that are solving these mathematical equations. But when this first started, it was only Satoshi Nakamoto. So he received the first 50 Bitcoin ever. And so it's a massive sum today. And when Bitcoin goes up in price, today's Bitcoin standard and token value will not be the same as it will be in the next 5 to 10 years, as I see it. But um, his reward actually cannot be spent. And when we come forward, ladies and gentlemen, I will talk about why the 50 Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto actually got on this day 14 years ago cannot be spent, and we'll get that information when we come forward. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, everybody. So we got our new setup here, and for those of you that are on Instagram, we got a behind the scenes going, but you can go on Facebook, you can go on YouTube, and you can catch us there. So we're excited about that. All right, all right. Well, thank you for tuning in again. We are learning. This is our first day going live on all the platforms. And so we're excited about it. So we'll see exactly what we're going to be doing moving forward. If you are interested in being a sponsor, we have our sponsor board over here, as you can see, and our sponsorships will be up there. If you're interested in people knowing about your product or service, if it is something that our community can benefit from, I will definitely be putting it there. But we want to make sure that we start building for the future. And so that is what we're doing. And I'm seeing here, all right. Trying to get everything adjusted properly. Thank you all for the first day. This is our first day live. I'm excited about that. So we're getting ready to come back in just about 30 seconds and we'll jump into this. All right, welcome forward. Welcome forward. Again, this is our very first day of the year on Ahead of the Crypto Curve, and we will be live every single day on all social media. So you can look for me, Naja Roberts, Naja Roberts, no underscores, no dots, no periods. We will be making sure that our community has access to any of the questions that need to be asked. You all can write this number down early because at the second part of the hour, we're going to do a Ask Naja Roberts segment, and you can call in to 800 920 1580. Again, that's 920 1580. And so you can call in and you can ask any question that you have about Bitcoin, about another cryptocurrency, or any of those things. But that's what we are doing. And again, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I'm excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, our cryptocurrency quote for the day just basically says, those who say you can't should move out of the way for those that can. And that is my quote because as we move into 2023, we've only been in this 3 days, but I am going to keep the mindset this year that you cannot be stopped. Whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve it. And so, again, those who say that you can't should move out of the way for those who can. So, a happy 14th birthday to Bitcoin and a happy new year to you as well. And the reason why Satoshi Nakamoto's 50 Bitcoin that was given or created this particular day 14 years ago cannot be spent is because the transaction for this was not sent to the global transaction database, which means nobody could actually verify the transaction later on. And it's unclear to us whether this was done on purpose or by accident, but nonetheless, that's 50 Bitcoin that sit without anyone being able to touch it. So when we take a look at there only ever being 21 million Bitcoin, out of that 21 million, we know for sure that those 50 Bitcoin cannot know that we also know that a lot of other individuals have lost or they've lost Bitcoin, they've lost seed words, they've lost all sorts of um, ways, passwords to get back into their Bitcoin. So it's critically important as we set up these ledgers, which we're going to do later this week on Friday with our Ledger and Me 1, 2, 3, that you are really responsible with your seed words, with your passphrase, with your mnemonic phrases, whatever you're calling them, whatever the company you're dealing with is calling them. That is really the most important thing for you to have. And so we won't jump into that right now. We'll get into that just a little bit later. But Bitcoin has actually survived many challenges. People think or thought that Bitcoin would have some predictability, especially those people coming from Wall Street that have manipulated prices over the last, I don't know, half decade. They've manipulated money, manipulated stocks, they manipulated a whole lot of things, and they thought that they could come into the Bitcoin space and manipulate having a little. we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but Bitcoin cannot be manipulated. So I just want to make sure that you all know that Bitcoin's price going down, as they would say, tumbling in some particular notable incidents have to do with the news and the outcomes, things that shine in the space, things that are not so good in the space, like what's been happening with Sam Bankman Fried. Basically, as bad as everyone acts like it is, which it is, when people lose money, it absolutely is a bad thing. But what I can say is based on the catastrophe that FTX did in reference to all the individuals around him, you would think Bitcoin would be down to $6,000 or $3,000. But it's not that way, because I really feel like Bitcoin is getting its footing. And if you've listened to me anytime, I've said that Bitcoin is finding its way. It's a teenager. Last year it hit 13 years. Today it's 14 years old. It is finding its way. Think about every 14-year-old you know. They don't know if they want their hair short, long. They don't know if they want to comb it or just leave it frazzled. They don't know what they want to wear. They don't know if they like, I don't know what foods. I mean, they're trying to figure themselves out. And if we take that relatability into Bitcoin, Bitcoin hasn't really figured out its ebbs and flows. And so we've got to be patient with it. But I guarantee you, when it goes into young adulthood, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be good, because the technology will continue to do what it's supposed to do. And we are going to be in the right place at the right time, because we planned early. And I will not have to be the one sitting on the radio saying that poor preparation did not, you didn't take the proper preparation, because we're preparing right now while the price is low, while people are shunning it, while people are still saying, I don't want that stuff, it's a scam. We are doing the right steps by dollar cost averaging, slowly but surely. But cryptocurrency's ability to recover strongly after bear markets begins to cement it in really some prosperity for later on. And so we're doing good in that respect. And so, as we understand Bitcoin, as we understand some of the most notable things that are happening around the world, right behind this whole Bitcoin coming into existence 14 years ago, one of the earliest real world transactions took place, and it took place about a year and 4 months from this first Genesis block day, which we're celebrating today. And that had to do with the purchase of two pizzas. That's what set off the real world value. And so those two pizzas were purchased. And again, we're going to have another celebration for Bitcoin Pizza Day. But today we're doing Bitcoin's value and its birthday. And so it wasn't long before Bitcoin reached a dollar valuation, and it's just gone up from there. Now, yes, again, ladies and gentlemen, the all-time high was 69,000 right around 2021. But it is much lower now, and many investors like myself are still optimistic about Bitcoin's ability to prove that it's going to do its thing. And so, in my birthday address today, via social media, I said that I wish Bitcoin well for our joy and happiness, and for its ability to just do what it needs to do, and its prosperity. And because I believe it's going to happen. And so we are in what we are calling a rapid explosion of adoption and awareness. So, why is that? One of the reasons that we're growing in optimism about Bitcoin is the fact that adoption and awareness don't seem to be stagnated right now, especially since this FTX thing has happened. Everybody's antennas are up and everybody's trying to figure this thing out. Regulators are trying to figure out how to regulate, and the things that we've been asking them to do, the people that we've been asking them to pay attention to, specifically us, African Americans and Latinos in this space, they're starting to reach out, ladies and gentlemen, because they want to know how this is going to work for the everyday person. And so, just to give you a little bit more history today, because today was the 14th anniversary of the first Genesis block. It took about till 2013 for the world's first Bitcoin ATM machine to come out. Somebody asked me that question, so I pulled up that information and the symbol for Bitcoin. And so a couple of people were asking me, and you can't see if you're not live, what the Bitcoin symbol is. And it looks like a B. And so I want you to think about the dollar sign. If you take a dollar sign, you make two lines first, and then you take a S and you go across. Well, Bitcoin is exactly that same symbol. If you and everything in Bitcoin has been very intentional. No, we have not replaced fiat right now. Fiat is that paper money that we use every single day with no intrinsic value other than what the government says it's worth. But what we've done, or you'll start to see some symbolism as you really dive into the Bitcoin space. So this Bitcoin has the two lines, as you can see, and then it's a B across it instead of an S. And I don't even know what the S stands for. I got to do some research on that. But Bitcoin has those same symbolic features, and nobody can trademark that Bitcoin. They tried. I believe a couple of people actually might have, but stopping people around the world from using the B is going to be really hard. So that's one of the things about Bitcoin. And again, this B didn't start 14 years ago. The only thing that happened was the Genesis block, the first Genesis block. And in that block are 50 Bitcoin that nobody's able to uh, utilize right now. And so the Twitter community today has been tweeting. If you are on Twitter, just take a look at some of the things that are coming up because the whole community is erupting today to celebrate Bitcoin's birthday. And all of the Bitcoin maximalists, I'm not technically a maximalist. A Bitcoin maximalist is someone that wants nothing to do with any other cryptocurrency except Bitcoin. That's what a maximalist is. I am not a maximalist because I've said before that I rock with coins for my community. So I rock with Guap Coin, Vibranium, all the 40 acres and a mule. Who else? We got a bunch of different coins out there that are rocking for our community, trying to make and create the change that they want to see. And so that's why these coins exist. So I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist, but Bitcoin maximalists around the world today are enjoying themselves. Just like this evening, I will be having a Bitcoin birthday party right here in my kitchen. So you all can tune in later on via social media and watch that happen. And that's going to be at 5 Pacific, 5 p.m. Pacific today. The bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, is that Bitcoin's short life has been very eventful. The cryptocurrency is likely to encounter many years of growth, but many years of challenges, and I'm here for it. The steady expanding adoption to do much more in this world is encouraged, and I'm going to continue to do that. It's encouraging to me. Bitcoin's first 14th birthday is just another milestone in what could play out, ladies and gentlemen, as a long life for groundbreaking financial assets. And coming from the financial sector, I think it's a great thing. If you're concerned about market volatility, financial advice could or could not help you navigate. But I'm telling you that dollar cost averaging will definitely help you. Those who are vetted fiduciaries, your financial advisors, your individuals that tell you what to do or what not to do, they don't even understand Bitcoin. So I'm going to just say, um, they may or may not give you the best advice, but hopefully they tell you to add Bitcoin to your portfolio, not your entire portfolio in Bitcoin, just small pieces of Bitcoin. That's all. And so I call it a smart asset. It can help you do what you need to do. So we've got to take the next step to really enjoy the peace and tranquility in this space. We thought it was peaceful. Sam Bankman Fried kind of made everything go haywire, but I'm talking about this crypto winter where the price of Bitcoin is low. It's low right now, it's on sale. And if you saw something on sale, you would go out and buy it because it's on sale. And so I'm saying to each and every one of you, it is a great idea right now for us to take advantage of Bitcoin's price. We're going to do a market update when we come forward after news, traffic, and sports, and you will see just how much Bitcoin actually jumped in the last day. And I think it's because Bitcoin's birthday was today, and people are celebrating in different ways. Again, the price of a coin has all to do with the velocity. Who is using it? How is it circulating? What's happening? Even though I'm suggesting that our community just holds Bitcoin for now until it reaches its full potential, but nevertheless, the rest of the world is celebrating, especially those individuals like El Salvador and some of the places that have a massive amount of Bitcoin that they're buying behind the scenes. I wish I was as lucky to be buying a massive amount of Bitcoin behind the scenes. But I'm going to stick to my daily dollar cost averaging of $6 a day. We're going to do this slow. We're going to do this steady because we are definitely looking to win the race. And so I'm going to say that to each and every one of you. When we come forward, ladies and gentlemen, we'll jump into the cryptocurrency news. We're going to look at our market update. We're going to do a small segment of Ask Nigel Roberts. When we come forward, this is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go out over here for a quick commercial if we can. And to each and every one of you, this is the time that I take my break and see what we're doing. But we're going to go ahead and just continue the party. So if you're available, you can go on to. I think we'll just stream live today, probably just on IG for the birthday party. But you can go on YouTube and you can also go on Facebook, and you can definitely see what we are doing. I'm going to get ready for the second segment, and I appreciate each and every one of you for rocking with me. And we'll get them back in 6 minutes. we all know what we're supposed to be doing on the regulatory side, we're going to have to go back in and make sure that all our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed, because we don't want to go from being unregulated to being regulated. And then they say that we missed something, because the biggest thing that the judge can always say is ignorance is no excuse for the law. I wish they'd say that to Sam Bankman Fried, but they'll definitely say it to me and some of us other individuals that are in the space. So we definitely don't want to hear those words. So we want to do our due diligence. If you get a W-9 in the mail, or you get something where an exchange that has that you've been working with is asking for more information, please first and foremost make sure that it's real, that it's the real company that sent you that mail, that it's the real company that is acquiring your information. Because what you don't want it to be is some scammer that's saying, hey, you need to give me this, and then they take your information and do what they need to do. So I would just suggest that you vet any literature that you get in the mail well, that you vet any phone calls that you get well. Just make sure that it's coming from the right entities. And as we look at Ethereum, Ethereum is actually at $1,211. It's up 0.02% in the last hour. It's down in the last 24 hours, 0.60%. And in the last 7 days, it's up 0.15%. And a lot of these other cryptocurrencies, they all look the same. There's a green in the last hour, the last 24 hours is red, and so is the last 7 days. And so this is pretty typical of what we see when a lot of the coins mimic the price of Bitcoin and mimic what's going on in the market. And so again, I prefer to have what everyone is mimicking instead of the mimickers. So that's what it looks like as it relates to our market. We won't get into much more with that. You all know I like to talk about the micro, which is what deals with the finances in our houses, in our community, but I also like to deal with the macro. And I also like to make sure that you understand that there is a big difference between the old money space and the new money space. But the people on Wall Street haven't figured that out. They're going to figure it out. And I think there's a whole lot of life lessons that are going to help them sooner than later figure that out. But there is an investor, and his name is Michael Burry, and he warns that there is another inflation spike that is about to happen. He's calling it the Big Short. And what he's saying, expect the United States to be in a recession by any definition. And I've been saying this over and over and over. And but this famous investor and founder of the investment firm called Scion, like the car, SCION, Asset Management, he is sharing his economic predictions for 2023. Now, a lot of people do economic predictions, but the reason why I really think that what is going on with Mr. Michael Burry and what he's saying is absolutely the truth, because I've been saying this. I've been saying we're in a camouflage recession, and we are. But I will also say to you, ladies and gentlemen, that I went to the mall to take the kids to get out of the house a couple of days ago, and the mall was packed. And I'm talking about after Christmas. So I'm talking about like last Thursday or Friday. It was incredible how many people were in the mall. We in fact had to walk from outside of the mall to another parking lot that wasn't even in the mall, but adjacent to the mall, because it was that many people in the mall. And I was wondering what in the world is going on when so many people don't have a lot of money. But what I saw when I got inside the mall, and I'm a gauger for paying attention to what's going on. So I'm looking at how many bags people have, if their bags are full. And it just seemed that people were trying to get out of the house, that people were making themselves feel a little bit better because they were spending. but they had one or two items. It wasn't a whole bunch of things. And I know Christmas had just happened. Maybe they were going to return some things, but it just really seemed like people were window shopping. And so spending wasn't really going on, I don't think, in my opinion, like these big box stores would like. And so Blurry is basically saying that there's going to be a big short. And he was, in case you don't know who he is, he was the one who actually called the subprime mortgage crisis in 2007 and 2010. And so right now, he's saying that this is another big short. And he's saying that inflation is going to peak and we are likely to see the CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, go lower and possibly negative in 2023. And the United States recession is going to fill itself out, and the feds are going to cut as they usually do. And guess what? The government is going to stimulate. And I tell you, that stimulation feels a little good for a lot of us, specifically those of us in California that got this credit card that said middle class stimulus. And it just felt like free money. It felt like we could spend more because they had given us this couple of $1,000 or so so that we could do what we need to do to take care of our families. But you got to know, if people are continuing to get money, they're going to continue to spend, which puts that money back into everything that you see, which is pumped up artificially right now. So we don't have any reason to believe that we're not going to hit a full-fledged recession. It's not hard to believe that. And so that's what we're talking about with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we come forward, we'll continue the cryptocurrency conversation because Sam Brankman Fried was in court, and we'll talk about that in a second. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I thought we would have time for the segment Ask Naja Roberts, but it's so much stuff going on. We haven't pushed our Ledger and Me course. We're doing a Ledger and Me 1, 2, 3 on Friday. We're excited about that. So we just got a lot of stuff going on. So you can go to najaroberts.com/ledger, and you can actually click on and you can get a ledger discounted, and you can also get a discount by putting in, I think, KBLA. You can put in KBLA and get $10 off the Ledger Me 1, 2, 3. It's this Friday. We're going to help people take their crypto off of their hot wallets and put it into their ledger. So stay tuned for that. And just kind of peeking at what we got going on in here. And I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me. So I cannot believe they letting this boy get away with all of this stuff. All righty. Whew, we're down to 10 minutes left in our show. So, and we'll get this refined. We're going to get this refined, make this thing happen. So, thank you, each and every one of you, for your patience as we do this thing. All right, welcome forward. So, I have one of the biggest pieces of news, and this may be, well, the blockchain doesn't lie. So, let me say this because it's not a rumor. Over the weekend, Sam Bankman Fried actually moved $60 million from one of his wallets, which, in my humble opinion, was a violation of his not probation, a violation of his bail. However, nothing happened to this dude. I'm trying to figure out how in the world he is getting all this leniency when a lot of us cannot get we wouldn't have got any of this love that he's getting. But not only that, today he was in court in the district of New York, and he pleaded not guilty. And so to fraud and conspiracy charges. And so the presiding judge in the case set a target date for trial to begin in early October. Oh my goodness. Another case of leniency. Like, I don't even know how we go 9 months from today and this guy goes to court. And I know they got to get ready for trial and do all these things, but they set it out that far, which gives him a whole long time to, in my opinion, disappear and just do whatever he wants. He just moved $60 million, for heaven's sakes. And that $60 million went from his verified KYC wallet to a whole bunch of wallets that are non KYC. So they don't know where the Bitcoin went, but they're allowing him to do this. And today's appearance today in court, they didn't even reprimand him for moving this Bitcoin. So this is really, really, this is really interesting. So he put that non guilty plea in, and he flew back, I believe, by private jet today, back to his parents' home here in California. And the assistant U.S. General Attorney, whose name is Danielle Sassoon, told the court that the prosecution expected the bulk of its discovery to be completed within the coming weeks, which is still baffling as to why they pushed it back to October. But nevertheless, they did. The government will also produce material it already has access within the next several weeks, she said. This includes the documents that were shared by FTX bankruptcy attorney, which is not going to be hard. For God's sake, the gentleman was trying to run this multi-million-dollar company with QuickBooks. So, I mean, I don't know what else they need a whole bunch of preparation for, especially 9 months. Like, this is something for them to be granted this opportunity to wait that long. And also, not only that, the judge actually granted the application to seal the names of all of the individuals that were co-signers on this $250 million bail bond, so that the media could not get a hold of it. And I think that arguably is going to show who else got a lot of the money. Now, I just remember, and I know our time is short, but I remember people getting arrested for things. Wesley Snipes, several other individuals, and they not only went after them, but they froze the mother's bank accounts, auntie's bank accounts, girlfriend's bank account. They froze everybody's stuff. But with this gentleman, they just seem to be allowing them to do whatever they want to do. So it's just really interesting, in my opinion. So I won't go down that soapbox any further, but those are the two top pieces of news in the cryptocurrency space. And now we're going to take a second to do a Ask Naja Roberts segment. And one of the biggest things that I saw, a recurring theme, a recurring question, has been, how do I get this ledger before the ledger and me? Unfortunately, today is Tuesday, and I do not think you're going to be able to order a ledger and get it before Friday. You can try, but today would be the last, absolutely last day that you could order a ledger in order to get it, so I can help you set it up and help you move your Bitcoin and your cryptocurrencies off these exchanges. And so go to najaroberts.com ledger, or go play around on NajaRoberts.com and you can get the link to go directly into Ledger and do your ledger, order your ledger. I think it says 3 days. Again, I don't think you'll get it, but there's a possibility that you could because the mail and business is as usual. So you may be able to get it. So I'm hoping that you can do that. But if you can't, you have to wait on the next one. And I am going to make a promise to do a Ledger and Me 123 once a month, along with a crypto essential every single month for this entire year. And so I'm going to buckle down on the educational things that we've been doing. And so just letting you know that we're going to do that. So on the Ask Naja Roberts question, it is, how do I get a ledger by Friday? I don't think you can, but if you wanted to try, today would be the last day. And I would say go in and order it immediately because I believe they're on the East Coast time. And so you want to make sure that you get it in there so it can get shipped. If you need to register for the Ledger and Me 123, please again go to NajaRoberts.com/ledger. Use the code KBLA. K is in kite, B is in boy, L is in Larry, A is in Adam, which stands for LA. Should have said Los Angeles. But go to and put that code KBLA in there and you get $10 off for being a listener of KBLA. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And that's on Friday, the Ledger and Me 123. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we come forward, we're going to jump into our daily dollar cost average. A DCA a day keeps poverty away. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing our thing. I am hoping that um, this is our first day streaming on all platforms. We got behind the scenes going. We've got Instagram going. We got Facebook. So if you're on any of those platforms, please like, subscribe, share with somebody, get people to download the app. We got a bunch of stuff that's going to go on in 2023. And I'm on fire because it's just so much to do, and I'm excited about educating. I'm excited about what's coming down the pipe for our community because this just is not about me. This is about our community being prosperous, and we're going to do this. And so this is just one of many of the things that we're going to do. So stay tuned. You want to be tuned in. You can also send me a text message at 424-317-7373. And again, that number is 424-317-7373, and we can get you going. I don't know that anybody's called into the radio, but we only got 4 minutes left, but we're going to make this thing happen. So, all right, we're back in 30 seconds. So I see tacos on my screen and I am hungry. So, but we are going to knock this thing out. We got a couple of more minutes. And again, I'm just forever grateful to each and every one of you. 2023 is here and we are moving. And we got a show called Cooking with Crypto that's about to come out. So y'all stay tuned. All right, welcome forward. I'm just so excited. I'm talking to the audience behind the scenes, and I'm just excited. So, we're daily dollar cost averaging, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to utilize the Black Wall Street wallet. Now, unfortunately, some of you have been trying to get the Black Wall Street wallet going. I also ask you to go to NajaRoberts.com, drop me a line so I can get Hill Harper's staff to get with you because we want to start this year off right. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of stuff going on that you all don't see that makes this space exciting. But we're using the Black Wall Street wallet continuously to buy our $6 worth of Satoshis a day. So we're going to open that wallet. We're going to click on the purple circle in the middle. We're going to hit buy asset, and we're going to click $6 one time, and we're also going to put it in a designated wallet so you know what you got going. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to Click continue, and that's going to take us to the screen where we are purchasing $6 worth of Satoshi. A Satoshi is the smallest increment of a Bitcoin, like a penny is the smallest increment of a dollar. And voila, we have purchased $6 worth of Satoshis. Ladies and gentlemen, do not touch that dial. I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for rocking with me on Ahead of the Crypto Curve. This is our first show of the year. We are making way for the DL Hughley show. You all know I say DL is the truth. And again, I just appreciate each and every one of you. Please follow me on all social medias, Naja Roberts. No underscores, no dots, no periods. If you see people that are faking like they're me, please report them. It's not me. I'm not in your DMs talking to you about investing. It is definitely not me. I want to thank you again for rocking with Ahead of the Crypto Curve. Next up is the DL Hughley Show. My name is Naja Roberts, and the name of this show is Ahead of the Crypto Curve because we are ahead of the crypto curve. And 2023 is going to be the best year ever. We are here on this unapologetically progressive radio station, KBLA Talk 1580. Peace and blessings, everyone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my little one just walked in, but I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for rocking with me today. We're going to do this daily, so I'll be on and I'm looking forward to you all. We got a show coming out called Cooking with Crypto. We got the Bitcoin Bunch, which is me and my kids tonight at 5 o'clock. We are going to have a Bitcoin birthday party right in my kitchen. So please plan to join us at 5 p.m. live. I'm looking forward to it. If you need anything, send me a text message, 424-317-7373. Again, 424-317-7373, or go to najaroberts.com and hit me up, or you can send me an email at asknajaroberts@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you. Peace and blessings, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you at the top because the bottom is absolutely, absolutely too crowded. So you all have an incredible rest of your day. Peace and blessings. Sorry.